Welcome back to part 2 of things to ask your wedding photographer. This is going through Hitched blog post of 32 questions you should ask your wedding photographer, and I'm going to go through all of them and basically explain which questions are good and which questions are just weird. So we're on to question 4. This one can be a bit controversial for some wedding photographers, but generally speaking, I do agree. Can I see some full wedding albums? So what they're saying is basically on a photographer's website, they will have a portfolio, which is obviously a highlight reel of their best and greatest photos. But you want to make sure that that photographer is consistent in style throughout the entire day. So you do want to see a full wedding album. And a lot of photographers will send you this. Some even offer it on their website like I do. I've got recent albums so clients can look through an entire day so they can make sure that, they know what they're getting. It just does say at the bottom, though, all of this stuff like, is the composition right? And all this kind of thing. And have they got this shot, that shot? That's a bit of an odd thing to say. So the person who wrote this article is not a wedding photographer. So that's why some of these questions are super strange. I would say this is a bit of an odd question. You as a couple, it's very likely that neither of you are a photographer. Don't worry yourself about the composition. We know more than you. I'll be honest, just to be blunt about it. We know what we're doing. All of this is a bit strange. If you've got any particular shots you want captured, just let your photographer know. Obviously, we'll get all the normal stuff, but if there's anything specifically that you particularly want, give the photographer a shot list. Not a massive one, just, 1 or 2 photos that you absolutely must have, okay? Otherwise, you can't complain if we don't get it. But if it's a normal shot, then of course we'll get it. Now, number 5, this is a weird one. Have you worked at our venue before? If not, will you visit beforehand? Now, if I can, I will visit a venue beforehand just for my sake. I like to check out parking, like to check out what the lighting's like, though that can obviously change. But it's this bit at the bottom. Your photographer should be willing to visit the venue beforehand if they haven't shot there before. I'm not being funny, but a lot of photographers don't work within a 2-mile radius of their home. They do travel hours. We're not going to travel 3 hours to have a look at a venue for 10 minutes. That's a bit unnecessary. We know what we're doing. We'll get there early so we can have a look around before the day starts, okay? This is really strange, requesting wedding photographers to visit every single venue they go. I mean, what if you're a destination wedding photographer? You're not going to pop over to France, are you? Number 7, completely unnecessary question. Have you photographed a wedding of our size before? Doesn't matter. Stick around for part 3 where I go through the rest of the questions and they just get weirder and weirder.